what a pot this is.
This could be it, ladies and gentlemen.
What? Oh, what a match, what a battle. Devastation.
I've never seen anything like that.
We'll be talking about this dramatic hand for the next 50 years.
Stars from two galaxies collide for some explosive action at the World Poker Tour Invitational here at the beautiful Commerce Casino.
The World Poker Tour is a series of international poker tournaments featuring the biggest games, the greatest players, and the largest payouts on the planet. Tonight, the WPT lands in Southern California and rolls out the red carpet for this invitation-only poker tournament, where the cost of admission is nothing more than the price of fame. 196 famous faces began with dreams of a WPT title. But in the poker world, an invitation to play doesn't mean you get to stay.
I had a bad beat.
As one after another golden ticket got punched. Now, only 6 remain in this exclusive event to battle over the money, the title, and the coveted $25,000 entry into the season-ending multi-million-dollar WPT Championship in Las Vegas. 6 players, a $200,000 free roll. It's an invitation to glory here on the World Poker Tour.
Welcome, everyone. We are in beautiful Southern California for the World Poker Tour Invitational. I'm Mike Sexton.
And I'm Vince Van Patten. And Mike, we are having a good time. We're at the Commerce Casino in Los Angeles. This is the largest poker room in the world, WPT Invitational. This is matching up the poker superstars of the world against Hollywood legends of movies and TV.
And Vince, these celebrity players love to play against these pros and vice versa.
Yeah.
And on occasion, they hold their own pretty well against them. Who can forget last year when 82-year-old screen legend Mickey Rooney finished 7th in his final event and Los Angeles Lakers owner Jerry Buss finished 2nd?
That was truly amazing, but I'll tell you what a difference a year makes, Mike, because right now we have 6 professionals at the table. The Hollywood celebs, they're going to have to go back to the Winnebagos.
Well, Vince, in this universe, there are no Oscars. It's only cold, hard cash. So buckle up, everyone. We're going to see who's going to get the gold tonight.
Okay, we're about to shuffle up a deal. Let's go down to the felt. Now, Mike, on the short stack today with 110,000 is Phil Locke. Now, in the poker world, they call him the Unabomber. He's one of the most colorful professionals in the game today, originally from Ireland, and now lives in San Francisco.
Starting out in 5th chip position is Antonio Esfandiari, the 25-year-old poker sensation who won the largest first prize in the history of the tour, $1.4 million, earlier this year at the Commerce Casino.
And he's a fine magician as well. Now, seat number 6, Harry Demetrio, a former scientist, believe it or not. He was born and raised in London, England, and this guy is quite a player, first time at a WPT final table.
Starting out in 3rd chip position with 315,000 in chips is Joe Cassidy. Joe is from Huntington Beach, California. He's 23 years old. And Vince, he was considering becoming a lawyer before poker got in his way, and he is now a top-notch professional poker player.
Well, one less lawyer, that's okay by me. Now, seat number 4 is Humberto Brenes. He's a well-known international poker professional from Costa Rica. This man is a fearless poker master, believe me, and he's always fun to watch.
And our chip leader, with more than twice as many chips as any player at the table, is John Juanda. You might recognize him as he finished runner-up at the first ever World Poker Tour event at Bellagio. John lives in Marina Del Rey, California, and he'll be starting out today with 770,000 in chips.
Okay, we are ready, so please shuffle up and deal.
Well, here we go. The WPT Invitational is about to start.
And so many celebs came out last night. Ben Affleck, Jimmy Woods, of course, among others. They all gave it a shot. Unsuccessfully, I may add, and we are down to 6.
And here we go.
Antes are 1,000, and the blinds, those automatic bets you have to make before you look at the cards, are 4 and 8,000.
Action's going to be on Antonio.
It's on the Magician. He has Jack 10. He's going out.
Now we're on Phil Locke, the Unabomber. Now he's picked up a pair of 2s.
22. Wired pair here, Mike.
I just have to think for a second, which is, let's see, 4, 12.
Well, he is on the short stack.
18.
He's only got about 100,000 left here. All these players start out with 10,000 in the tournament. As players get broke and you progress toward that final table, you carry your chips with you, which is why we have a discrepancy in the chip counts of all these players. And he's going to raise it.
He's going to push him.
Well, he just pitches a bunch of them out there. Let's see how much it is.
10, 20, 30, 5, 41.
Well, it's 41,000.
Gets Umberto to go out with Jack 8. Johnny Juanda going out.
4.1.
Now we're around to Harry. He's in the small blind.
He's not interested.
Oh, my God.
But now in the big blind, Joe Cassidy looks down at a King 9 offsuit. Now what he's wondering here is the Unabomber making a move on me because he's on the short stack here? Is he a desperate man?
I was going to
Joe
ask
opts to fold that hand.
It was okay for you to make me nervous like that.
And there you have it. Phil Locke picks up his first pot. Look at him, Vince.
Look at this. He's turning into Eminem all of a sudden.
You're going down. You're going down. John, you're going
I like it. He tells them they're going down, Vince. All of them. This guy could be the Muhammad Ali of poker here. He's predicting these guys are going to fall.
This guy's a great character.
These guys, why are they making
If you haven't seen him play before, buckle up.
My name is Phil Locke, and Antonio and I used to go get fish tacos all the time. And we made a bet with each other that if either one of us won more than $200,000, that the other guy would get free fish tacos for the year. It was like kind of a joke that now has become like a running joke.
I hate to tell you, but I think you're going out first, Phil.
Me too.
He is fun to watch and fun to root for because, you know, he makes things happen at the table, Vince. No doubt about it.
Let's talk about the stakes they're playing for. This is a free roll. The money was put up by the World Poker Tour in the Commerce Casino. Over $200,000. Big money at stake.
Actions on John Juanda.
He looks at Queen Deuce. Doesn't like it.
John folds.
Harry peeks down at a junk hand. 7-3, he folds.
Harry folds.
Around to the local Joe Cassidy. This time he's got a pretty good solid hand. Ace-Jack offsuit.
Yep, he's picked up a blackjack, and he comes in for 23,000.
Right into the Magician, who's got a dismal little 9-6 offsuit.
Yes, he does. Not a hand you'd think you'd play after a raise.
But we know Antonio the Magician is a highly aggressive player. Likes to splash around. And what's he thinking here?
And what he's thinking is Joe making a move here? Can I take this pot away from him? And he's going to try it,
that's
Vince.
Beautiful. The poker pirate at work here.
He comes in
trying
for
to steal this.
$63,000, a $40,000 re-raise.
Right into the Unabomber. And look, the Unabomber has a pair of fours, but he's going to throw it away wisely.
It's not a good hand. It's been raised and re-raised. And Umberto folds, and now we're back to Joe. Now, folks, because of the WPT cam, we see Joe has the best hand. But believe me, when you're sitting in that seat and your opponent has re-raised you $40,000, an ace-jack all of a sudden shrinks up a little bit. One thing about Joe, he always has a game face on when he's at the poker table. Always.
Does he want to get involved early in this game? Look at this. He is going to call it.
He's going to call it. So far, so good for Joe.
Antonio peeks back at his miserable hand.
So here we go. It's ace-jack versus 9-6 offsuit.
Tension building. We're going to see a flop.
Oh, bingo, bango, bongo for Joe here, Vince.
Oh, yeah. The young kid from Huntington has hit 3 of a kind right on the flop. And look at him. He is absolutely a stump with hands right now. So excited.
Well, what to do here? He does check.
He's going to try to trap here.
If Antonio falls for it. No, he doesn't. He checks.
Here comes the turn.
Now, 9 comes off on the turn. Now, this gives Antonio a pair of 9s.
Yeah, he's got a piece of it. That could be dangerous.
Now, if you're sitting in Joe's seat, do you want to check again? Do you want to take a chance and give Antonio a free card here, just in case he's holding something like a 7-8, where he might make a straight on a free card?
No, he's going to make him pay for it. He's going out and betting.
He's going to lead out this time. He bet $60,000.
He wants a payoff here. You can't check all day.
And as we can see, Antonio has no cards that he can win this pot with. So any more money he puts in this pot will be a downfall for him, whatever comes on the river.
Now, Antonio is staring down at Joe's hand. I don't think it's just because he likes his manicure. He's trying to read something into it, looking at his hands, riffling.
Well, he's wondering, are my 2 9s good right now? Is Joe making a move on me?
Magician disappears correctly.
A nice lay down by Antonio. To give Joe credit for calling a re-raise with an ace-jack before the flop there, early at this final table.
Hi, this is Mimi Rogers. Don't go away. There's a lot more to come here on the World Poker Tour.
Hello, Mr. Cunningham. Alan, it's a big pot out there, buddy. I'm all in. Don't be scared.
I call.
Only a donkey would make that call.
We play at FullTiltPoker.com.
Hi, I'm Stephen Collins. Welcome back to the World Poker Tour Invitational. Let us pray.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour Invitational in the Commerce Casino. I'll tell you, these 6 are absolutely fearless players. Passive play not permitted on the World Poker Tour.
Okay, action is going to be on Antonio.
Look at this. He's picked up a pair of 3s, and he's going to go all in, Mike.
He's doing it, Vince. He's bet all his chips right here with 2 3s. And look at this. Phil Locke looks down and picks up 2 10s.
Oh, the Unabomber's got a real hand. He's going to call it.
And he's doing it. He's going all in.
Yes, he has.
And he gets up, and he's just shadow boxing here, Vince.
Umberto with ace-4 going out. Johnny Juwanda's got a pair of 5s, but he's not going to play.
Now look at Harry. He's enjoying the show here.
Oh, he's half Eminem, half Muhammad Ali.
Let's get back to the other action. Everybody else is folding. They're getting a kick out of this, including Harry. Look at him.
Harry's gone. Around to Joe.
And he folds. So here we go. It's 2 3s versus 2 10s. Now, no limit hold'em. You can't be in a much better spot when you get all your money in with pair over pair.
Oh, Unabomber's got to love that. And look at this. He's chanting for a 3 right now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, he doesn't obviously need the 3. He's doing this as a reversal thing, a reverse psychology. When you've been going bad for so long, you want to change your luck, and that's why you do something like this. But right now,
it's reverse psychology he's trying to work here, I guess, Vince. I don't know.
He's looking like the Grim Reaper, hanging around the table there, counting the chips.
Well, right now, Antonio's the one that's grim. He's got 2 3s. He's up against 2 10s, and if he loses this pot, he's out of here in 6th place.
He will be a big dog. We know that, of course.
I'm coming back when the 3 comes.
Now, these 2 were former roommates.
Oh, man. Well, they're good friends, but I can tell you right now, it's KO time for one of them here, looks like. Now look at him.
Give me the pain.
Give me the pain, Vince.
God, I'd love to suck out on you.
Oh.
Even Antonio's smiling, but Antonio knows he's going to have some magic here to win this pot, no doubt about it.
Be careful what you wish for, my friend.
Yeah, you have 2 flushes.
But he's doing that reversal thing. And here comes our flop.
3. He's trying to chant for the 3. This guy is amazing, Vince. Here we go. Well, it's Jack 6-4.
Well, it's held up so far.
Deuce.
Yeah.
Phil Locke's 10s in front.
He's calling for a deuce or a 5 now because that'll give his opponent a straight draw also.
Right. This is beautiful.
I'll tell you.
3. Deuce.
And he got his wish so far, the deuce.
3. 5 for a 3. Come on.
Yeah, and he's rooting it on.
Yeah.
He's cheering it on.
Maybe you're right, Vince. Be careful what you wish for because if a 5 comes off, Antonio will make a straight and win this pot, as well he'll win it with a 3.
Keep it small.
This is a degenerate gambler's mind at work.
Yes, I'm not sure this guy's got all his oars in the water. I got to tell you the
He's giving
truth.
back rubs. Here we go with our river.
3.
Well, it's a 9. Oh. And that's going to do it for Antonio Esfandiari.
Abracadabra, just like that, the magician disappears.
Yep, former winner on the World Poker Tour this season is going to be our 6th place finisher here today.
And the Unabomber dances around the table. He has just busted out Antonio.
It's amazing.
Mike, we're down to 5.
We sure are, and I'll tell you one thing, Vince. Phil Locke, the Unabomber, he may be starting to trend nationwide, reverse psychology, root for your opponent's cards, and then they won't come up.
Oh, this Unabomber, he is in rare form today, knocking out the magician. And let's see, right now it's going to be on Umberto.
He folds. John folds. Harry with a 4 deuce offsuit here, junk hand.
Tough to concentrate with that going on.
So now we're down to the 2 blinds. And Joe just calls out of the small blind.
He's got Queen 8.
Let's see the flop, sir.
And Phil Lock.
All right. With an 8-5, says, let's see the flop.
He is feeling
Well, he's doing the rubby-dubby-dub there.
Match it up, baby.
Match him up, please, he says. He better not match the 8. It's going to get him in trouble if he does. Flop is Queen Jack 7.
That did not help the Unabomber.
Well, it helped Joe. He's flopped top pair.
Yes, it has.
And he bets 20,000 with it. Now, Unabomber has nothing, folks. He's got 8-5 offsuit here.
I'm building myself.
Look at this. Vince, he is raising it.
A little pain.
He's bet 60,000 here on a stone cold bluff.
Oh, man. He is Bonnie and Clyde rolled into one right here, trying to steal this. And look at this. He's going to go into the Ziploc here.
Yeah, it's a Ziploc bag, all right. Now, Joe has top pair. Not what we call a good kicker. The second card he has is an 8.
And you see, how do you play against a man like that?
Well, I'll tell you how you play. You move all your chips in. That's what you do.
I guess you do.
Forget about the Ziploc bag. Well, Unabomber's going to have to come up for air now, folks. Because there's no way he's going to be able to play an 8-5 here after his opponent moved all in.
He's going
to take his pulse here. Joe says, go ahead, take it if you want. I'm cool as ice. Phil folds his hand. Now, folks, you don't have to let a man take your pulse when you're at the table. Joe didn't have to do that.
Unabomber may be able to get the magician out, but he cannot do that to the Cassidy kid. He looks him up.
You got to admire that play. Give Joe credit for moving all in and not putting up with any of the Unabomber shenanigans trying to steal that pot from him.
Now, before we get too far along in the game, let's teach the folks out there how we play the game we love to play here on the World Poker Tour.
The name of the game is Texas No Limit Hold'em. I'm Richard Karn, and I'm all in.
To start, each player is dealt 2 cards face down. Then, the dealer puts out 5 community cards face up on the table. Each player combines the 2 down cards with the 5 community cards to make their best 5-card poker hand.
That's right. And betting, however, is what this game is really all about. You get your first 2 cards, then you bet. Then the dealer lays out the first 3 community cards. This is known as the flop. You bet again. Then the dealer lays out the 4th card. We call that the turn. Another round of betting happens. The 5th community card. This is called the river. Laid down. Then there's a final round of betting. Whoever's left in the hand turns the cards over to see who wins. Okay, let's get back to the table.
Action's on John Juanda.
Looks at a 6-4 of hearts. He's not going to play.
Throws it away.
Folds in first position.
And look at this, Vince. Our man Harry from London here has picked up the double-decker bus.
Oh, the mother of all poker hands. Pair of aces.
30,000.
And he has gone up.
Yes, he's bet 30,000. Joe quickly folds.
Right to Phil Lock. He has King 10 this time.
Let's hope he doesn't try to bluff out these 2 aces, Vince. He's going to be climbing Mount Everest.
Don't get tricky on us here, Unabomber. You're doing so well today. Just keep it together.
And he's doing it, man. That's the way the Unabomber puts his chips in there. He doesn't say all in. He doesn't stack them in gently. Bam. He zips himself up, but it's not going to help him this time.
No, he'd rather have a rope around his neck right now.
Harry over there is dancing along the Thames, I can tell you.
You folded, John. Have you got cards? Oh, sorry. I'm cool. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that, Phil.
Well, notice he's apologizing. I like this. He said, I wouldn't slow play you here. I've got 2 aces. You know I'm going to play this hand. Excuse me. I thought John was still in the pot. I like him doing that.
I never do
now,
that.
Harry doesn't have as many chips as the Unabomber. So if the Unabomber should not outdraw Harry, he would still have chips left.
Well, you're right, but this will be a blow to the Unabomber. It'll cut his chips in half here. But right now he's going to have to get very lucky. He's holding a King 10. He's up against 2 aces.
Harry has 115,000.
Yes, he's a pretty big underdog.
And he has pocket aces. He's up against a king and a 10.
Well, here comes a flop.
Here it is.
Well, it's Jack 9 deuce.
And he's got a shot at the straight, an inside miracle straight draw.
Yes, he does. If he catches a queen right here.
And look at this. Unabomber going into his Tyrannosaurus Rex dance.
Oh, man, if a queen comes up, how ironic is that? The guy from London to lose to the queen.
Here we go with a turn.
Off to 4th Street. It's a 3.
Does not help the Unabomber. Harry still in front with the aces.
Well, he's smiling. They shake hands. He's feeling pretty good right now. He knows he's about a 10-1 favorite or more to win this pot.
The last card.
Here comes the river.
And it's a king.
Oh, no help for the Unabomber. Harry Demetrio has doubled up.
He smiles. He's happy. He says, yeah, how about hearing it from me here?
Yeah, he wants to pump up the crowd.
He said, I know I'm the tourist here, but give me a little respect, and they certainly do, Vince.
Hi, I'm Harry Demetrio. I'm rather fortunate in life. A lot of people go to work at 9, finish at 5, pay a mortgage, the wife, the kids. I have the freedom to do what I want, when I want. That makes me the richest person in the world.
He's come all the way across the pond to play this event. He just doubles up with 2 aces, and he is feeling good right now.
We are now down to 5. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with the World Poker Tour Invitational at the Commerce Casino.
Take care, man.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. We're at the WPT Invitational Tournament, where we're seeing a lot of fun and excitement here today, Vince, but we're also seeing some very fearless poker by these players.
The crowd just loving this character, the Unabomber. Johnny Juanda still our chip leader with about 911,000. And right now it's going to be on Harry Demetrio.
Feeling good about doubling up with the 2 aces the last pot.
Fold.
Goes out with an 8-deuce. Huntington Beach Joe Cassidy kid going out with Queen 5.
Unabomber quickly folds on the button, and we're down to the 2 blinds. Here's Humberto Brenes with King Jack. Pretty good hand against the other blind.
Well, he sees everybody else. Form is folded.
Now I'm pouring him.
And he just calls.
He's going to get involved here.
Now John Juanda, who picks up 7-6 of clubs.
Suited connector.
Now he's already in the pot. The question is, does he want to raise or not? No. Says, give us a flop.
Nothing fancy here.
So it's King Jack for Humberto, 7-6 of clubs for John. And look at this, Vince.
Oh, man.
Humberto has flopped the nut straight, as we say, the best hand possible at this time.
Look at this. The Macarena is going off in his head right now. He can't believe what he sees. But Johnny Juanda has a straight flush draw.
Yes, he does. Now, Humberto leads out and bets 14,000. He does not check here, folks. He bets the nuts, as we say.
Absolute cinch right into Johnny.
Believe me, this hand is far from over. John Juanda has a straight flush draw. His options are to call, to raise, and to fold. Of course, I can't imagine him folding with a straight flush draw, being the chip leader.
He got the inside straight flush draw.
And notice his composure. Just still as a statue, hoping his opponent will make a bobble here. Remember, Humberto has the very best hand possible at this time.
Now look at this. He's going to raise it. Johnny's going to raise it.
He's
all
in,
yes, he is.
He's going all in. Well, Humberto's got to check his ears. He can't believe what he's hearing here. He loves it.
Oh, yeah. He quickly calls with the rocks to cinch the nuts. And he's getting the crowd behind him.
Yeah, well, he's doing a lot of cheering, but little does he know he can still be beating this pot.
He sure could.
If a club comes off, he's going to be heading back to Costa Rica here. So don't be dancing too soon here, Humberto.
Both of them up on the feet. What an interesting hand.
Well, John Juanda knows he's going to have to catch a club right now to win this pot, and 8 won't help him, so the straight won't help him unless it's the 8 of clubs. So he needs a club.
Humberto out of his seat, so excited. The man from Costa Rica.
Well, the first hand he's played today, and he flops the nuts, Vince. Now, how about that?
It is the nuts, but there is 2 cards to come.
Red card, no problem. 8 of clubs.
And he's coaching the dealer. Here comes the turn.
No problem.
Well, an ace comes off.
That is beautiful for Humberto. His straight still holding up.
Any club will win for John Juanda. If not, Humberto Brenes will double up. And he's done it.
He did it.
Humberto has doubled up.
Yes, he has. He's saying, we don't need no stinking clubs.
That's Jose Rosenkrantz, former winner on the World Poker Tour, fellow Costa Rican, high-fiving each other, rooting for each other.
They are chanting Umberto. In the meantime, Johnny Giuanda stinging from that.
Well, they lost a couple $100,000 in there, but I don't think you can fold him for the way he played that hand, Vince. I really don't. Just unfortunate for him that Humberto had the best hand possible, and he ends up doubling up.
There is no fault at a poker table.
You know, Vince, all the celebrities came out and played this event. Now let's take a look back and see some of the celebrities that played with us this week.
As the name implies, this tournament is by invitation only. Top pros and a galaxy of Hollywood stars, all with an equal chance of winning. There was definitely no shortage of good entertainment. Once a year, they all come out. Hello. Not just to see old friends or to be seen, but to enjoy the newest craze to hit Hollywood.
Wanna play poker?
Poker has become a national obsession, and the WPT is adding new fans every week.
I'm a big fan. I love watching this show. I don't play a lot of poker, but I discovered this weekend that I really like this game.
And I love the World Poker Tour. And it's becoming a problem.
I'm totally hooked on it.
I'm going to go gamble more money now.
I'm going to spend a year in training. I'm going to come back a master. I'm going pro, dude. Got to get a wicked pair of shades. I think that's actually why I lost. I didn't have the shades.
Some celebrities lost out early, and it hurt. What happened?
Well, I was playing it pretty cagey. I waited until somebody had pocket kings before I went all in.
Others lasted a little longer, only to get knocked out by WPT heavyweights.
Yeah, Paul Darden knocked me out with pocket sevens. What are you going to do?
A couple of times I had raised and he comes over the top of me and he shows me, 6-10 off, whatever, bluffs. So he comes over the top. Antonio, turns out, actually had a hand that time. Cost me the tournament.
But the last celebrity out had never even played poker before, which gave him a unique advantage.
I think it was probably patience and ignorance. Probably played into my favor.
What do you have to do?
Nobody could read me because I really didn't know what the hell I was doing.
I'll call. I'll call.
I think I may have the poker bug.
It's really fun. It's exciting because it's just like a really interesting mix of people.
This is the most fun I've had in a long time.
I will be back and I will be stronger.
And it just grows and grows. More people in Hollywood coming out here on the World Poker Tour. It is exciting. And here we go once again. The great Johnny Giuanda looks at a king 7 this time. Johnny going out.
Now here comes Harry. Now look at this, Vince. He picks up king 10 of spade this time.
I'll raise.
And he's going to raise it.
Not necessarily the hand you pray for, but pretty solid.
35,000.
And he bets 35,000.
Right into Joe Cassidy. Now Joe's got a big hand. He's got ace jack. Pretty strong, solid hand.
So let's see what happens here.
50 more.
Well, he's not calling, Vince. No. He's re-raising at 50,000 more. 85,000. He's bet 85,000.
Gonna get tough on these guys, and Phil is going out. Roberto with queen 7 of spades, not gonna play.
Now we're back around to Harry.
Okay, all in.
All in. Look at this. He's gonna gamble. Well, he is gambling here. He doesn't have much money left, so you can't blame him for gambling here really with it.
Joe has quickly called this.
Ace jack.
And right now we have ace jack for Joe, king 10 for Harry.
What a bad predicament for the former scientist. He's going to be a dog here, but there are 5 cards to come. They both get up. Harry Demetrio. He is on the ropes. He is on the respirator. Morphine dripping.
Will he be taking the long flight back to England, or is he going to get lucky and double up, Vince?
Here we go with our flop.
Ooh. Flop is queen jack 3. Now Joe has a pair of jacks.
I'm happy.
Harry's got the open-ended straight draw.
Now what this means is Harry wins this pot with an ace, a king, or a 9 at the moment. He has to catch one of those cards.
I'll take it on the turn, all right? I don't want to get to the river.
Here it is.
Well, it's an 8, so that doesn't help him.
No, it doesn't.
So right now he has to catch an ace, a king, or a 9. Otherwise, he will be our 5th place finisher.
Cassidy Kid has Harry on the ropes here. Can Harry outdraw him at this point? Here we go.
It's the slow torture. Why can't they just turn it over?
He doesn't do it.
No.
It's an 8.
The scientist's lab has just blown up.
See it, King 10 is brutal, isn't it?
He had a great time here at the WPT Invitational, and Vince 5th place on the World Poker Tour. That's not too bad.
It's quite an accomplishment.
Well, they give him a nice round of applause. Look at the Unabomber.
Unabomber doing his dance. Everyone's happy, and we are down to 4 here on the World Poker Tour. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour Invitational. WPT champion Antonio Esfandiari was knocked out early by his explosive ex-roommate, Phil the Unabomber Locke. Londoner Harry Demetrio went next, and we're down to 4 players who all have a shot at the title.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour Invitational. We had superstars of the Hollywood world, Ben Affleck, Jimmy Woods, you name it, they were all here, they're out. And Mike, we are down to 4.
And with 4 players remaining, John Juanda is the major chip leader now with well over $1 million worth of chips. And Phil and Umberto are going to have to make something happen here.
It's going to be on the man from Costa Rica, Umberto.
And he is the short stack guy right now. Less than 130,000, and he folds.
Round of Johnny's got 7-5 offsuit and goes out.
So now we're around to the blinds. Joe Cassidy looks at an ace-6 offsuit.
Four-handed, you got to open up your game a little bit more, and he does that.
Well, he's going to raise it. 36,000 to go.
Unabomber, Phil Locke, has an ace-8.
Well, he's in the squat position, as you can see.
That is tough to get in that position.
Look at this, all in.
Yes, he's going all
The
in.
backhand. He just sloppily pours him in the center of the pot. That's
so
it.
reckless.
Nearly 200,000.
This is an amazing person, Phil Locke.
Moving on down.
The way he splashes around.
Well, I can tell you, he has really put the pressure on Joe Cassidy right here.
Unabomber with just ace-8 in his hand.
And because of the WPT cam, we can see that the Unabomber is in good shape here with an ace-8 against an ace-6. But little does he know it. And certainly little does Joe Cassidy know it.
Look at this right now. The Unabomber's starting to do some sit-ups here. Turning into Jack LaLanne at the poker table.
Well, this is not the Commerce Gym, folks.
Keep the blood going.
And right now, it's an exercise in great difficulty here for Joe Cassidy. What to do with this ace-6 offsuit?
I don't know, but if that Unabomber was staring at me like that, I'd run.
It's going to cost him another 170,000 or so to call. That's about half his chips. A very difficult call to make in this spot. And if he makes it, he's not going to like it. He's got ace-6. His opponent has ace-8.
150.
Unabomber peeking.
Vince, I'll tell you one thing. He may be a little unusual and seem a little goofy to a lot of people, but look at the guy. He's like a puppy. It really is hard not to love this guy. In case Joe decides to call this, it'll be over 400,000 in the pot.
He's getting pressured by the Unabomber.
Just imagine if you were sitting in his seat, you're looking at an ace-6 offsuit.
And you're looking at that thing across the table from you.
What is Joe going to do here, Vince?
Well, the good thing is Joe has more money, so if he should happen to call, he wouldn't go broke with this.
He won't go broke, but it'll cut his stack in half if he loses this pot.
But if he should win it, he would be busting out the Unabomber.
I think whoever busts the Unabomber may get booed by this crowd. They love this guy.
I call.
He's calling it. He's got the call. Wow. Now, Joe doesn't like it. He sees he's up against it. He's got ace-6. His opponent has ace-8.
Unabomber doing his dinosaur dance. He loves having the advantage here.
Well, he does love the spot he's in right here. He is the favorite to win because he has the bigger kicker, as we say.
6. Bring me a 6. Just do it.
With 5 cards to come, anything can happen.
Chop. 6. Chop.
Well, Joe's asking for the chop here.
God bless you, kid. Whatever happens.
Well, they shake hands.
He's pretending like he wants the other man to win.
I'm put just in case. Just in case.
You see the serious look on Joe's face here. He knows he's up against
Here
it.
it comes.
Can he get lucky and win?
Here we go.
Flop is 9-9-3. The ace-8 is still in the lead.
Unabomber in front. Love to double up.
10 jack. Queen jack.
All right, here comes 4th Street. All right, it's a 10.
Very interesting.
Well, what that means is if any card over 9 comes up, it's going to be a split pot.
I want to see the card right when it comes up.
If an 8 comes up, Phil wins. If a 6 comes up, Joe wins.
And this is unprecedented. A player running around the table. He wants to get the first peek, and look at this last card.
So this is going to be a split pot because the 10 is going to play in both hands. Both players have aces and 9s. Remember, you can only play your best 5 cards out of 7. The 10 will be the kicker for both players.
Oh, the community card coming into effect there. Splitting the pot. Everybody happy at this table, especially the Unabomber.
Phil Locke, better known as the Unabomber. He's fun to watch, a little crazy. Crazy like a fox. You've seen the antics, and you probably think, this guy's a little eccentric. And you're right.
My name, that's easy. My name's Phil Locke. Occupation, that's trickier. What was the other question? Where do I hail? I've been trying to move to LA, but the Unabomber has momentum issues. Here we go.
He may have issues, or it may just be an act. But one thing is certain. Phil Locke has a lot going on under that hood.
I'm a voracious reader. So I'm always looking for a new thing to fill up my brain. Because I feel most alive when I'm thinking.
Crazy. He's a crazy player, but it's a tactic. He's not crazy. He's very smart.
He is a wacky guy. I like him a ton. He's always having a good time. He's totally willing to talk at the table.
I can't believe I wasn't more on top of my game.
But if you want to unlock the mystery behind Phil Locke, good luck.
The Unabomber has a problem giving straight answers. Without getting into details, I went to school. I had a semi-traditional life, and then I semi-non-traditionally drifted away and started doing a-traditional things, but it's still connected. I'm not just a complete poker degenerate.
He's showing the crowd.
A sliver of me is a poker degenerate, and then the rest of me
right moves today.
is like a civilian.
His hand, and so he had ace-jack offsuit and made that play against one of the great legends of poker. They would really stand up and salute this guy.
My name is Phil Locke. Sometimes they call me the Unabomber. I don't know why.
Well, it doesn't look like his elevator goes all the way to the top, Vince, but I'll tell you, he's a pretty smart guy underneath that hood and those sunglasses.
No doubt about it.
And on we go with 4 players. The action's going to be on John Juanda, our chip leader.
And Johnny looks down and looks at a big hand. He's got a pair of jacks.
Yes, he does. You got to love that hand if you're sitting in this seat.
He caps it. He takes his time.
There it is, 36,000 he bets. Joe quickly folds.
Phil Locke, he's just take a peek at a very interesting King-7 of clubs.
Now remember, that's the chip leader that's raised him here. He's got the King-7 of clubs. He looks over at his chips. What's he going to do here, Vince?
Well, might have the feeling that Johnny's trying to pull a fast one here. We know he's got a real hand, wired pair of jacks.
I tell you, he'll be going down a road full of potholes here if he gets crazy with this hand. He's got King-7. His opponent has 2 jacks.
Oh,
he's doing it,
he's going to go nuts here.
The 2-handed backhand.
Unabomber going berserk at the table. And look at him squeezing the chips.
Like he's baking a cake.
The bomb, the package.
Might be the last time he feels those chips.
Well, you're right about that. Well, Humberto gets out of the way.
Oh, no.
John quickly calls with the 2 jacks. So right now, the Unabomber is close to imploding here, folks.
Oh, yeah, and the hood goes off. He did not like to hear that call, and he especially did not like to see those 2 jacks. Johnny Juanda's hand.
Well, the Unabomber's going to put his shoes back on here, Vince. He could be walking after this pot. He's got King-7. John has 2 jacks.
I get the feeling he's a very superstitious man.
Well, Vince, I'll tell you one thing. He's originally from Ireland, but he better call on some of the luck of the Irish right now if he wants to stay alive in this tournament. He's going to have serious help. Otherwise, he'll be out in 4th place.
He would be our 4th place finisher. He shakes the hand of Johnny. Everything on the line. 5 cards to come, though. He has King-7 of clubs.
Well, it's not over yet. Remember, luck is a factor. He can certainly get lucky and win this pot.
He has made so many fans here today. They want him to survive. Is the happy going to go lucky here?
All right, I got to get the best.
2 jacks for John Juanda, king 7 for the Unabomber. And look at this, Vince. He's going around to get the first peek at what comes off on the flop here,
well,
I guess.
This has been lucky for him before.
Folks, this is not standard procedure in your poker room.
Which you're on the wrong side.
Here we go with the flop.
Oh, he's done it back.
Yes, he hit the pair of kings.
Look at this.
He goes
King 10-3. Oh, look.
Goes into his dinosaur walk.
Oh, my golly. Folks, we can't control him. We can't control what they do here on the World Poker Tour.
He's in front so far. Doesn't mean he's going to win it.
This hand is not over. John can still catch a jack or catch 2 running cards to make a straight to win this pot. But right now, the Unabomber is in the lead. Look, Vince, he's coming back for another peek.
Oh, why not? That's his lucky spot. Breathing down the dealer's neck. Here comes the turn.
Well, a 9 comes off.
Uh-oh.
Now, that does give John a straight draw. If John catches a queen or a jack, he will win the pot.
Could I be the man?
If not, the Unabomber is going to double up.
Can he survive? Crowd cheering for this man.
Well, he's back looking at the river from his favorite angle here.
I can't take it in my bones. I can't take it.
Last card.
Will it be a queen or a jack?
Oh, yes.
No. The Unabomber is held up. He's doubled up. He is still alive.
And look at Johnny Juanda. Right now he's thinking that there's a new axis of evil, and it is the Unabomber.
What fun he brings to the room. We enjoy it on television, but if you're sitting at that table, will that kind of action distract you, Vince?
It will if you get beat by it. It is a very disturbing thing.
Well, folks, you are witnessing poker history here tonight. I believe we are going to create a new star on the World Poker Tour. Phil Locke is quite a character, exciting and fun.
In the meantime, Johnny Juanda feels like he just got a pin stuck in his eye. Just awful.
Well, he did nothing wrong. He made no mistakes. Unfortunately for him, luck didn't go his way. We know luck is a factor in poker. You just witnessed it right there. That's why Unabomber lives on. Well, the price of poker is going up. We're now playing with a $2,000 ante. Blinds are 10 and 20,000.
Well, it's back on the Unabomber. Hood back on. He looks at 6-4 offsuit. Not going to play.
Humberto on the short stack, less than 80,000.
He's got an ace-6, Mike.
He puts all his chips in the pot right here.
He's going on the line with this. Going all in.
77.
Now John Juanda, he looks down at a king-jack, Vince.
Yeah, decent hand. He's thinking to himself, this guy on my right might be a little desperate. I have a pretty solid hand. Maybe I should test him here.
Well, you never want to double up a Humberto Brenes.
You would love to knock out the Costa Rican pro with this. We know actually he would be behind because of the WPT camps. Now Humberto gets up, does a flowery little dance. Johnny Juanda, our big chip leader. Well, Johnny's thinking about this right now.
It's only going to cost him about $70,000 to call. I'd be surprised if he wouldn't play this hand, Vince.
Well, you're right. He'd love to eliminate another player. Knock him out. There'd only be 3 left.
Call.
And he does make the call.
Yes, he is.
Well, you can't blame him for that.
Now around to Joe.
Joe looks down at a king-8 offsuit.
One more. I need triple long.
Now remember, we're playing with 10 and 20,000 blinds, so Joe's got 20,000 out there. Does he want to put in another 50-some thousand?
He's got to be thinking, I could possibly move up if Humberto should be eliminated, get closer to the title.
Let him deal with it.
Now he's going to go away.
So here we go. We have ace-6 for Humberto, and we have king-jack for John Juanda.
He turns the cards over.
So right now, Humberto is the favorite to double up. But as we saw the last hand, that doesn't necessarily matter. You can get lucky and beat your opponents.
Anything can happen.
So here we go. Here comes the flop.
It's coming. Don't worry.
Look at this. He says it's coming. Don't worry. The ace is coming. Man is confident. Here we go. And look at this. Right on the top of it.
Wow. Ace-7-4.
Unbelievable.
Now what that means is John Juanda is going to have to catch 2 consecutive cards to win this pot. He has to help his hand on 4th Street, and then he's going to have to help his hand again at the river if he's going to win this pot. That's why he's sitting down right now. Well, there's one of them, Vince.
Yeah,
he's got
true.
the 10. Now, if a queen comes off, John Juanda will win this pot. Otherwise, Humberto Brenes is going to double up.
Any queen, is it?
have a lot of outs.
Here comes the cash card.
Can John Juana catch the lucky lady to knock out Humberto? No, he doesn't do it. Humberto has doubled up.
The short stack taking advantage of the ace. He is hanging in there. Well done. He predicted the ace would come.
And that's 2 consecutive hands that John Juanda has doubled up guys at this final table. But you can't fault him for playing those hands. Certainly you would play them. So far, nothing much going right for John Juanda at this final table.
He is hurting. He is stunned.
He just cannot win a pot against these guys.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with the World Poker Tour Invitational at the Commerce Casino.
Okay, guys, here's the deal. 12 elves, 8 reindeer, 2 billion chimneys, 24 hours, 1 man. Me.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Barman, give Santa a drink.
Not when I'm flying.
Good at bluffing? Play poker online at partypoker.com. It's fun, it's easy, it's the world's largest poker room.
From the diaphragm. Ho!
Ho!
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour, the WPT Invitational at the Commerce Casino. Let's not forget we are playing No Limit Texas Hold'em. You can bet anything you want at any time. Therefore, you can be eliminated in one hand.
Action is on, John. He looks down at a 9-5 offsuit.
Dolly Parton hand, 9-5, not going to play. Cassidy Kidd looks at 2 5s.
Well, he's on the button here in good position.
All in.
He's going all in.
Wow, what a bet right there. 280,000. And look at this. Unabomber beats him in the pot.
Right behind him. He's going all in with ace-10. He's going to call this.
He only has an ace-10 offsuit, Vince, and quickly calls. Now, Humberto, he gets out of the way, so here we go. We have another race situation. This is 2 overcards versus an under pair. I got to say, I'm pretty stunned that both those players put all the money in there with these hands, Vince.
Well, I can't blame the pair of 5s are on the button. It's a wired pair. But the quick call by the Unabomber, kind of shocking. He's going by his instincts.
Is that a good play? Is this good or bad play? I don't even.
Big blind's only 20,000.
I get an ace, it's good.
And Joe come in for 280,000.
Now these are the 2 short stacks out of the 4.
Him or me?
Joe Cassidy has slightly more chips.
Yeah, he does.
Which means he won't be knocked out even if he loses this pot, but he'll virtually be on the respirator. He'll be crippled severely if he loses this race.
Now Phil Locke puts the shoes back on.
Putting the shoes on again.
Well, I'm a dog for sure this time. I know I'm less of a dog.
Well, he didn't blink an eye in calling that $280,000 bet with an ace-10 offsuit, Vince.
No, he plays by instincts, and he may be right this time. Virtually a coin flip.
He suspected Joe was betting too much money right there and might not have had that good a hand.
Don't do it to me, Super Josiah.
Now he's saying to Joe, don't peek. This is my routine. I want to get inside the dealer and take the first peek. Now he's praying to him here. Here we go with the flop.
There it is. Well, it's King, Queen, 7. Now, right now, the 2 5s are ahead.
Yeah, but the inside straight draw for Phil Locke.
Correct. The Jack will win it for Phil, as will an ace or a 10 right now.
He's going with the dealer peek once again, right by the dealer.
So let's see what happens here.
Here's the turn.
Well, the turn's a 6 of diamonds. Now, this gives both players a flush draw, but the Unabomber has a 10 of diamonds, a larger flush card. So he will now win the pot with an ace, a jack, a 10, or a diamond.
A lot of outs here for the Unabomber, but he's still actually a slight dog. Joe in front. We're going to see the river card.
I can't take it. I can't take it.
Can he get lucky again and stay alive, Vince?
Here we go with the card.
Yes, he did it. Look at him. Here we go again. Oh, folks, this is amazing.
Oh, look at this.
Absolutely amazing. He has done it again. How many lives do you have in a tournament, Vince?
Oh, man, this guy has more comebacks than Cher. Just keeps doing it. Crowd going nuts.
Look,
for him.
The crowd chanting bomber. They love this guy.
This is Psycho in motion.
pretty close to even money on who could win that pot. Now that time, the luck of the Irish one more time went to the Unabomber.
Well, Joe Cassidy looks like he's been told that he has 6 months to live.
Well, he's stunned right now, Vince, I'll tell you.
Oh, I don't blame him.
I didn't even see the diamond out there. So like right as he burned the turn.
Joe wants a recount. He's saying this is Florida at the poker table.
I'll tell you, Vince, the last Chad got him there. The river beat him.
That's pretty rough. He's only got 19 grand left.
Now he's got to put 2,000 in the ante. He's going to have the big blind next, which is 20,000. So it doesn't really matter what cards he's getting on this hand right here. I'll be very surprised if his money doesn't go in the pot right now.
He looks down to the Queen 4, Mike, of spades.
This is going to be it here, Vince.
Yes, he is going to do it.
He puts it in the pot.
Unabomber going out.
Now Humberto with ace 9. He's going to call the size of the big blind.
Surprisingly, he doesn't raise it. He had ace 9. And Johnny just calls this.
Now we've created a side pot here because Joe didn't have enough to cover the big blind, so there's 6,000 in the side pot, and Humberto and John can continue to bet on the side. Flop is king 6-5.
They both checked it.
So they quickly check.
On the side, but meantime, Joe's in dire straits here.
And now a 10 comes off, and it goes check, check again.
Yeah, the side pot checks.
We both checked.
Last card for Joe. Can he survive
Well,
this?
he needs a queen, otherwise he's going to be out in 4th place. He doesn't get it.
No, he doesn't. Poof, he's out of there.
So John Uwanda picks up the pot, and there it is. Joe Cassidy from Huntington Beach, California, the 23-year-old professional player, is out in 4th place.
Quick bad by the Unabomber, and then just slapped right away from the final table.
Sorry about that. Was sick. Folks, look at that face of Joe Cassidy. He will be back at a final table on the World Poker Tour. You can mark that down.
The Cassidy kid shaking hands, has to say goodbye.
He got off to a good start, Vince. Lost a couple key pots, lost that race to Phil Locke there, and goes out in 4th place. That's poker. Somebody's got to go. Somebody's got to win.
I thought I had a good shot when I was second in chips, and I felt like I was playing really well early on. Obviously, I don't feel that great about going out of the tournament, but I felt good to make it to the final table in one of my, first tournaments, I guess.
Yeah.
We are now down to 3 here on the World Poker Tour. Stay tuned. We will be right back for some more action.
Welcome back to the WPT Invitational from the Commerce Casino. 25-year-old poker sensation Antonio Esfandiari went out fast, followed by 2 first-time finalists. It's down to 3, a former player of the year, a Costa Rican master, and an eccentric up-and-comer with a style all his own.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. I'm Vince Van Patten with Mike Sexton, and we are down to 3.
Yes, we are, and with 3 players left. John Uwanda is our chip leader. Phil Locke, the Unabomber, in 2nd place, and Humberto Brenes is in 3rd place.
Well, here we go, 3-handed. It's going to be on Johnny, and this time he looks at an 8-6 of spades. 3-handed, you got to open up your game just a little bit more. You can't wait for perfect hands.
He's doing that. He's raising it right here with the 8-6 of spade.
Take a shot with this.
Comes in for 53,000.
Right into the Unabomber, squatting away there.
Yes, he is.
He's got Jack 7 offsuit.
Oh, no, Vince. Don't tell me.
Don't do it to
Jack
yourself.
7 offsuit. Here he goes, all in. And he's back into his hibernation mode here. Humberto quickly folds.
You want me to bust him?
John Uwanda can't call with an 8 high. He gets out of the way.
Oh, you're talking about taking your shots. Poker instinct. This time it works perfectly for the Unabomber.
Oh, I'll tell you, Vince. This is something. He had the best hand, but how did he know? He had a Jack 7 offsuit. How do you bet $500,000 on a Jack 7 offsuit when your chip leader has raised in front of you?
Well, we started with 196. It is the LA Poker Invitational. It's the mix of Hollywood celebs going against the poker superstars of the world.
Well, we certainly have the poker celebrities here right now, Vince. I'm telling you, some great players at this final table. So what do you do when you're at a table with the likes of a Gus Hansen, a Phil Ivey, or a Hoyt Corkins?
Well, it's very simple. What you do is you fold and then you run, and on your way out you throw things. Very simple.
That's an option. But there's also another strategy that you might want to shift gears or something when you come up against these top guns.
Right.
Here's our own Shauna Hyatt to tell you how to survive against these great players on this week's Poker Corner, brought to you by Anheuser World Select.
Mike, Vince, surviving a table with the big boys takes strategy and skill. Here are some tips on how to stay alive when the odds are not in your favor. Some players get nervous. Others hold back. But the good ones act as if they're in the chip lead, because if they don't, they're doomed.
Keep pushing no matter who you're playing with. You can't let that intimidate you. If you do, you've kind of written your death certificate.
To play poker really takes a lot of heart. You got to stand up for the guys that are bullying you.
You have to adapt to meet each of your opponents. Survival poker is about playing the players rather than the cards themselves.
You have to adapt. You have to play the player, but also you have to be aggressive and believe you're going to win.
Survival is not really a good word, because if you try and survive, you find you don't really get very far in this game.
And if all else fails, then go Hollywood. Act.
Act like they don't know anything. Act like they're anyone else. Act like they're friends in your home game and just raise them.
Bill has taken a bit of a lead, slightly.
The Unabomber has taken the chip lead for the first time today. Momentum is on his side. And he folds here, Vince.
Yes, he throws away 9-7, leaves it up to Umberto, who looks at a big hand right now, ace-queen offsuit.
Just a beautiful hand, heads up against the blind. You can't ask for more than this.
Umberto is all in.
All in. He is going to go all in.
He's going to do the right thing here. Ace-queen, a very strong starting hand, three-handed. And they are chanting the man from Costa Rica.
$156,000 all in.
And look at this, Vince. John Juwanda's looked at a king-jack.
Not bad either.
Not bad at all. But his opponent has moved all in.
Take the 20 in, please.
Well, John's saying bring in the 20s. I want to see how much more it is for me to call. And what he's going to figure out is that unless he thinks he has the best hand here, he may not call this bet. Holding the king-jack, it would be very easy to think that was the best hand.
Well, he got in this position before. He put Umberto to the test before. It backfired. It did not work out the way he wanted it.
Well, John's decided to stand up to help make his decision a little easier. I don't know if this will help or not, but Humberto comes back over to him.
Standing very close to each other once again.
Humberto's stretching up, saying, I'm taller than you are.
We've got a very interesting dilemma happening here.
All right, Umberto.
He says, okay, let's do it. So here we go. Umberto says, yes, I'm glad you called this. I'm sure I have the best hand after you took all that time to call me, and indeed he does have.
Umberto, King Jack.
Good luck to both you guys.
Umberto's about a 3-2 favorite to win this pot. It's ace-queen versus king-jack. If it holds up, he doubles up. If it doesn't, we'll be down to 2.
He knows already he's not going to win.
Yeah? I like it in this situation.
Well, John Juwanda trying to get some positive reinforcement here.
Here we go with our flop.
Well, there it is. 10-5-5.
Oh, that's very good so far for Umberto. He's out in front.
Yeah, John's going to have to catch a king or a jack or 2 running cards to make it straight to win this pot.
Now, holding.
Oh, there it is. A jack.
Incredible.
A jack comes off for John. He has taken the lead here.
No problem. You can do it again.
Humberto can win this pot with an ace, a king, or a queen. A king gives him a straight. An ace or a queen gives him the win.
Oh, he's one card away from his extinction here. Johnny's so happy. He just has to dodge his last card.
Well, Humberto thinks it's coming, but folks, he's a big underdog here. He's got to catch an ace, king, or a queen, or he's heading back to Costa Rica. Can he do it?
Remember this song. Remember, okay? I know.
Oh, he does it.
He did it.
Can you believe it?
That is just wrong.
Wow. John Juwanda sits back down. He just cannot eliminate anybody from this final table. It's amazing.
Oh, and look at this. That would put you into meltdown right there for Johnny Juwanda. Within 10 seconds, you're high, and then you're extremely low.
Well, folks, Humberto Brenes is one of the most positive thinkers out here on the poker circuit, and it certainly paid off for him there. Wow.
Well, we are watching poker history here at the Commerce Casino. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more exciting action when we return on the World Poker Tour. Welcome back to the WPT Invitational from the Commerce Casino in the shadow of downtown Los Angeles.
Well, Vince, there's not many better feelings in the poker world than to catch a river card to double up and stay alive in a tournament. Humberto did it there.
Goes to Humberto.
So he wins the pot, he wins the button, and on we go with 3 players.
Here's Humberto, and look at this. He's got a real wired pair again, pair of 4s.
Yep, he's got the cold 44s.
He's moving up the elevator with a raise.
60,000.
Using the momentum, Johnny quickly going out with the 6-deuce.
Now Phil Locke in the big blind looks down at Queen 9 of clubs. He's out of position, and it's 40,000 more to him.
It's not a bad starting hand. Queen 9 of clubs, 3-handed.
Call. I call. Tell me, what's the damage?
He is calling.
He's just going to call it.
So we're going to have a flop here. Unabomber has Queen 9 of clubs. Humberto Brenes has 2 4s.
I check, as I cannot win.
Notice Unabomber's check before the flop, Vince.
Yes, he's checked before the
It's
flop.
called checking in the dark.
Here we go with our flop.
And he's flopped a flush draw. Come King 6-3 with 2 clubs. But he checked in the dark, so the action's on Humberto.
Look at this. Humberto is betting this.
All in.
Yes, he is.
Wow. Nearly 300,000 here with 2 4s.
He's just gambling. He's just saying, if you don't have the king out there, I don't think you can call this. But we know that he has 4 to the flush. He does have a calling hand.
Yes, he does. He's got a flush draw.
This is a brilliant bet by Humberto with just a pair of 4s, pressuring the Unabomber right here. Not that easy to call this.
No, I'm just thinking.
What's he going to do? It's about 300,000. This will be a huge pot. Over 700,000 if he calls here. Will be on the line in this pot. Now he's going to have to gamble here on a flush draw. Now, little does he know that if he catches a queen or a 9, he will also win this pot.
Well, that's the brilliance of the bet with just the 4s. You're making you think maybe he does have a king or a higher pair.
Things go bad.
The question is, does the Unabomber now want to gamble for another 300,000 right now with the flush draw?
It's the wrong thing to do, but I want to do it. I'm so sick.
Maybe
270. 270, 370, 400. 270 for 400.
Well, get out your slide rule, folks, and then you and the bomber can work together on this problem.
I'm going to bet even money that Unabomber failed math in school. That's all I know.
Unabomber, it's very simple. You have a flush draw. Do you want to gamble with it or not?
Please double
I'm doing it. It's wrong. I'm doing it, though. I'm doing it. I call. I call.
He's doing it.
Oh, yes, he is.
Well, he's going for it. He's going to like it when Humberto turns up his hand because he's going to recognize that a queen or a 9 is also going to win him this pot, which means he has 15 outs, as we say, twice to win this pot.
Okay. Humberto have the best hand now again. Again.
Oh, it's better than I thought.
Right.
I have more outs than I thought. It's almost
So
right.
there you go. The Unabomber loves it.
Now remember.
Oh my God, I have more outs. I have 9s and queens and clubs. 9 queen club.
Look at this.
Look, he's got the crowd going. Here he comes, another lap here, Vince. Look.
Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Well, he's getting behind the deal. He's going to do the dealer peak, of course.
What scares me, Vince, is this has worked every time. If it works again, the whole country will be doing this.
Here it is. Here's the turn. No.
Nope, it's a 7 there.
Time. Remember, he's now on the.
Please don't do it. He owns a mountain. He owns a mountain.
You can do it.
I've got like an old car.
So he needs a queen, 9, or a club. Otherwise, Humberto will double up.
Come on.
Can the Unabomber bounce Humberto out of this?
Here comes the river card. No, he doesn't do it. Humberto is doubled up.
Oh, he has. He has done it.
He's over there high-fiving the fellow Costa Ricans.
Oh, he's got some fans here in L.A. as well.
Hey, Humberto's a very popular poker player, even here in America. Everybody likes this guy.
Give me money.
For a well-respected high roller known as the Godfather, Costa Rican superstar Humberto Brenes follows a simple poker mantra: never let him see a sweat.
At the poker table, I drop my stress. I am very shy. But at the poker table, I release everything. It's very natural. I had the chance to play with Mimi Rogers. She is a celebrity. But at the poker table, she was sweating. What's easy for us is difficult for them. I think that some people were born to be celebrities and some to play poker.
And 2 in a row. He's doubling up twice in a row.
And right now, Vince, the price of poker is going up. Antes are now $3,000, and blinds have gone up to $15,000 and $30,000.
Am I winning? Was I winning? Am I the winner right now? Let's quit now, guys, and just pay out according to who's winning. Okay?
Back on the Unabomber.
Bill is first to act.
Call.
And look at this. Bill Locke, the Unabomber, just calling on the button.
Well, he's got 10-7 of clubs. Humberto now with a 9-4 in his hand.
He lays it down. Suspects something's funny, and John checks with a 3-deuce offsuit, so we're going to have a flop. So it's a 3-deuce for John, 7-10 of clubs for the Unabomber. Oh, and look at this, Vince. He's hit the slot machine.
Tremendous. 3 sevens right now. Eminem songs going off in the brain of the Unabomber.
Well, unfortunately for him, John Juanda doesn't have anything. He's got a 3-deuce offsuit.
And he's just lying there like a victim. Unabomber just praying for some type of bite here.
He's saying, come on in. Please come in. Yes, he is coming in.
Oh, he's got him.
35,000.
In the spider hole.
He jumps up quickly, grabs some chips. Now, how does he want to play these 3 sevens?
Oh, slowly and tortuously.
Well, does he want to just call here? Does he want to raise? He's going to raise it. He doubles a bet.
Oh.
He bets 70,000 and quickly lays his head back on the table.
A little TC fly raise.
He's trying to hide like he's scared, folks. Now, normally when you're trying to show weakness, you have strength. Will John pick up on that?
It's just erratic behavior all around.
You know, John made a stab at the pot on the flop. He's been raised here. He only has a 3-deuce offsuit. What to do now? He has to throw his hand away or re-raise him back.
Well, it's tempting to raise him back. Guy's acting like a maniac here. Kissing the table.
Raise.
He's going to
raise it. Wow.
Well, yeah, he induced that beautifully.
Well, the head on the desk has worked here, folks.
And the splash of the raise, the 30,000 raise, I love what he's doing.
Raises at 50,000 more. 50,000.
And now look at the Unabomber. Now he's going to acting school, Vince.
And now he is just milking the cow ever so slowly.
How do you want to play these 3 sevens? Well, he calls 50,000 more.
Just so delicately.
And right now, if you're sitting there in John Juanda's seat with a 3-deuce offsuit, you're not a happy camper.
Here we go with the turn.
Well, a 6 comes off. Now that gives Unabomber a full house, 7s full of 6s.
Well, that could be a slowdown card, though, for Johnny.
Well, you're right about that,
Scare
Vince.
card.
It might save him.
A little money.
Check.
He now checks.
Checks into the nutcase.
Well, Unabomber throws a minimum chip out there. Now, you have to bet the size of the big blind, which is 30,000, which is what they're telling him.
Toying with him here.
Now, folks, there's over 300,000 in this pot, so this is just a very minuscule nothing bet.
Johnny almost tempted just for 30 out of humiliation purposes. Not going to do it.
Well, give him credit. He didn't go any farther with that hand.
The Unabomber just mixing up his game beautifully.
John Juanda, a very stoic professional player. Might be getting a little rattled by the Unabomber, but he's not out of it.
Don't miss any of the action as the WPT Invitational continues on the award-winning World Poker Tour. Welcome back to the World Poker Tour, the WPT Invitational at the Commerce Casino near Los Angeles, and we are down to 3.
Yes, we are, and the guy who started on the short stack today, Phil Locke, is now our chip leader with over $1 million in chips, and the guy who started the day as chip leader, John Juanda, is now low man on the totem pole.
$15,000 and $30,000 blinds, and it's going to be on Phil.
Well, he puts the hood back on, looks down at his hand and finds King, Queen of Hearts, a very nice hand.
Very strong starting hand. He's going to go up.
Puts one stack out there, which is 100,000. Look at Humberto. He's picked up an ace-7 out of the small blind. He lays it down. Very conservative play by Humberto.
Johnny Juanda.
All in.
John Juanda says, I'm all in.
Call.
And Phil quickly calls him.
Oh, ace-4 for Johnny.
So here we go. It's ace-high for John Juanda. King, Queen of Hearts for the Unabomber. John's a slight favorite to win this pot, but so far nothing has gone right for John Juanda at this final table. Will he turn things around right now? Will his best hand hold up here, Vince?
They are playing really fast. They're throwing the chips around like confetti.
Remember earlier at this final table, John Juanda had 2 jacks against the Unabomber's King-7. He had him all in. The Unabomber spiked the king and won that pot. This time, John's the favorite again. Will his hand hold up? Can he double up here? If he doesn't, he'll be out of here in 3rd place.
Drop the bomb.
Here we go with the flop. Let's see if he can turn it around.
Oh, a queen right off the top for the Unabomber.
Just keeps getting worse and worse.
Now, John has flopped a straight draw. A 5 would make him a straight, a wheel as we call it. And an ace would give him the best hand right now also.
Just a simple ace he would love. He would double up. Here comes the turn. It's a 7 of diamonds.
That's a 7. 1 card to go. John Juanda has to catch an ace or a 5 or he's going to be our 3rd place finisher.
Unabomber's got to sweat out this last card. Here it comes.
He doesn't get it. It's a 4.
No, he doesn't.
John Juanda is out of here in 3rd place. The Unabomber has taken him out.
He is a 3rd place finisher. He is sickened by this result right now.
Just one of those bad days for John Juanda where nothing seemed to go right. He never seemed to win a pot when somebody was all in. I couldn't really fault any of his play here today. Just wasn't meant to be for John Juanda today.
And he's walking away into the darkness of the Commerce Casino. He is punchy. I don't blame him.
He is gone. Vince, that is poker. John Juanda, former runner-up on the World Poker Tour, finishes 3rd today.
And that means one thing. We are down to 2 players. Heads-up action here at the Commerce Casino.
Well, here we go, Vance.
Here comes Shauna.
All right, here comes our own Shauna Hyatt, breaking out the trophy.
All right, when it gets down to 2, we always have a money presentation, and since we're in Hollywood, it only seems appropriate. May I have the envelope, please?
They're breaking out an envelope here at the WPT Invitational.
Look at that.
And this is either invitation to Unabomber's party when this is over with, or something special inside the envelope. Oh, there it is.
The big cash coming out of the giant envelope.
Well, Vince, I'll tell you, my mailman never brings me any mail like that. Why not?
Cash is everywhere here.
Vince, the Unabomber does everything. He shadow boxes, he does exercises, he runs around the table, he plays tough poker, and he counts the money.
The winner's going to take home $100,000. I'll tell you what the Unabomber really wants is that trophy. That would look very good next to his lean-to in the forest.
Well, here we go, Vince. Heads up for the title and the cash. It's come down to Humberto Brenes from San Jose, Costa Rica, versus the Unabomber Phil Locke from San Francisco.
Oh, this is exciting. The true testosterone test, the heads-up action. Antes and blinds still the same, 3,000 with a 15 and 30 blind. Phil Locke in the chip lead with 1.5 million compared to Humberto's 540,000.
Humberto looks down at his hand, finds a Jack-10 offsuit. Notice the small blind starts on the button, the big blind in front of the button. So Humberto calls here.
Look at this, the Unabomber with a pair of 8s, contentious to call this. He's not going to raise it.
Maisie doesn't re-raise their advance, but here comes the flop. And it's 10-9-4.
Well, that's hit Humberto. He's got the pair of 10s.
So here comes Unabomber betting.
Really? Okay.
Now you have to bet the size of the blind, which is 30,000.
30,000 by Phil.
So he does bet 30,000. And now Humberto, who's flopped top pair here, he's going to call.
He's got to play it slow.
Well, right now, the Unabomber's in bad shape with 2 8s against 2 10s. So here we go.
Pair of 4s hits on the turn card.
He quickly checks.
He might know it. He's checked into Humberto. Humberto's going to check as well.
Amazing. He's checked top pair here. Here comes the river card. A 6 comes off.
Helps neither player.
Check.
Well, Unabomber quickly checks again. It's amazing instincts here by Unabomber. Play these 2 8s so lightly, and a $100,000 bet right there by Humberto.
He's coming out of the Costa Rican woods right now, betting $100 grand.
Now the Unabomber stands up.
So let's see.
Now what he's trying to figure out here is, what can these 2 8s beat right now? They can't beat a 4, they can't beat a 9, they can't beat a 10.
Look at this, Humberto stands up with him. Checking his heart here.
Well, this is not Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis, folks. These guys are playing for a WPT title. Unabomber scratches his head.
The hood.
Will he analyze this hand correctly and get away from these 8s?
It's too difficult for me, this.
Really, all he could beat right now, Vince, was like a queen jack or a jack 8 or a jack 7.
Or a bluff.
And he lays it down. A good lay down. He analyzed that hand very well. Vince, I'm amazed. He only lost 30,000 with those 2 8s on that hand.
Exceptionally good lay down. Unabomber, look at this. He's checking. He's wanting to peek at the cards of Humberto's. This is not only a great poker player, but he's a great showman as well.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more exciting action on the World Poker Tour.
I'm LeVar Burton, and you're watching the World Poker Tour.
I'm thrilled that I was the last one to lose.
The boardroom table and the poker table. The only difference between them is a layer of felt. At these tables, we go all in. We're fully leveraged. Reading risk and reward here isn't much different than reading it on a spreadsheet. We play because poker's like business, without the conference calls. The office may close at 6, but there's a game that's always open. We play at fulltiltpoker.com.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. It is quite a race to the finish here.
Well, Vince, the price of poker's gone up. We're now playing with a $5,000 ante. Blinds are 25 and 50,000.
You're dealing with a short stack of 430. And of course, Phil Lock, the Unabomber, having close to 1.6 million. Here we go again. This time it's going to be on Phil Lock. He's got Queen 7 this time offsuit.
All in.
He goes all in with it, Vince.
He's going to plunge away with this.
All in.
Phil says all in.
Well, Humberto's got 2 3s.
Oh, yes, he does.
He's got a problem, Vince. I wouldn't want to be calling with 2 3s for all my money here, because you know at worst your opponent has 2 overcards. At best you figure to be a coin flip, and if your opponent has an overpair, you're a big underdog.
Very good point.
Son of a gun.
How do you toss away a wired pair of 3s, two-handed?
Okay. I go for the first place. I call.
Gonna call
He
it?
calls. He does gamble here,
This
Vince.
could be it.
Well, I'm a little surprised he made that call. Let's see if it works out for him.
Now, you remember the song?
Giving the rules to the dealer.
It's now or never. Will be too late.
The WPT Championship Invitational at stake right now.
Will be too late.
What's he called? Unabomber's got to like his hand again, because he's even money to win this pot.
Supposed to call. You're supposed to fold.
Now they're hugging here.
No, fold more.
They know it's a coin flip. It's 2 overcards versus the underpair. You see it time and time again in No Limit Hold'em. This time, if the Unabomber wins, it's over, and he's going to be our champion. Many guys in the poker world call him a race champion because he wins a lot of these races. Let's see if he can win this one.
Good luck.
Which way do you turn the cards? Do I look
I'm
left-handed,
so
I have to go this
way. 860,000 in this pot.
Come on, go.
Humberto, very happy seemingly.
All right, here we go. Here comes the flop.
Flop comes up Jack 10-4. So far, Humberto's in front with the 3s.
Yep, so far no help for the Unabomber. A 10 comes on the turn. Has to be exactly a queen or a 7 right now, or Humberto's going to double up. It's not.
It's not.
So Humberto Brenes has doubled up. He gambled with those 3 events, and it paid off.
Mr. Costa Rica has just turned this into a bullfight.
Off we go. And does the match ever tighten up now? I don't believe I could have called my money there with 2 3s, but give him credit. He did so. He doubled up.
What guts. But I guess if he loses, he figures, listen, I still own a mountain in Costa Rica. It's not that bad.
Well, you're right about that.
Here we go. It's back on the Unabomber.
Now he looks down at 9-5 offsuit.
Takes a deep breath.
Oh, he's going for a lot of chips here,
Yes,
Vance.
he is.
And he bets 300,000 more. Makes it 340,000 to go here.
It's just a horrible hand.
Look at Humberto. He's picked up ace high. He's got acey deucey.
Yeah, the old kids game.
He's wondering, why would he raise so much here?
All in.
All in.
Oh, he's going to push it in.
Well, just great poker instincts by Humberto there.
You tell me. Do.
He sensed that bet was a little bit too large and a little mysterious. Well,
celebrating with the audience here.
Humberto, you don't have 2 aces. You have an ace and a deuce.
He's feeling extremely confident.
The Unabomber pulls his hat off. He scratches his head. I mean, can he gamble here with a 9-5, Vance? I don't think so for another $500,000. You know, he made just too big a bet there, I think, a little bit.
Look at this. He's going to go out.
Yep. Unabomber lays it down.
And Humberto's going to show and tell here, showing the deuce.
Oh, he shows the deuce.
Show one, show all. Isn't that the term? Show one, show all.
The Unabomber wants to see the other card.
Well, Unabomber, you have to know it's either going to be a deuce or an ace. That's pretty simple.
FBI is here, and you won't go to. Go.
Oh, he's just rubbing it all in right now. And look at the Unabomber. You talk about a manic mood swing.
Well, he started out with a 3-1 chip lead over his opponent.
If I had known that, I would have called.
And now it's almost reversed the other way around here in 2 hands, Vince.
Pretty incredible.
Right now, all the momentum going to Humberto Brenes.
No, it has gotten ugly here for the Unabomber, but he's right back. Look at this. Unabomber's picked up ace deuce.
Yeah, the hand that just destroyed him a minute ago.
Head on the table, but look, he's going to go all in.
He's gone all in with the ace high. Don't blame him when you're playing heads up. Supposed to be the favorite over a blind hand. And now Humberto's picked up king 8 of clubs, Vince.
Yes, he has. Pretty solid starting hand as well.
Well, you wouldn't think a guy would call 600,000 with a king 8. You've just taken the chip lead. I'll be surprised if he calls this bet.
This guy's basically play anything.
Well, he's won every pot so far. Things are going his way. He stands up.
I call.
And he does call it.
He's going to call it.
Well, he's gambling, Vince, in my opinion, right here.
Well, that's allowed here on the World Poker Tour.
My happy birthday, remember?
A very daring call, again, in my opinion, by Humberto Brenes. Just thinks everything's going his way.
Unabomber's going to like this. He's going to be a little bit of a favorite against the king 8. Can he survive? Come back and see when the World Poker Tour continues.
Welcome back to the exciting WPT Invitational at the Commerce Casino. Phil the Unabomber lock has pushed all in, and once again, Humberto Brenes has called. If the Unabomber loses this hand, he's out, and Humberto is the champion.
Well, here we go, Vince. It's come down to Humberto Brenes from San Jose, Costa Rica versus Phil Locke.
Unabomber's going to be a favorite against the king 8.
But if Humberto Brenes wins this pot, the title, the trophy, the cash, it'll all be going back to Costa Rica. Can he hold off Humberto here?
Here comes a flop.
Oh, an 8, the first card off.
Called Ocho, and he gets the Ocho.
Well, it's Queen Jack 8 on the flop. And right now, the Unabomber's going to have to catch an ace or a running king and a 10 to make a straight. Otherwise, he's going to be our runner-up.
Oh, he's outdrawn Unabomber on the flop. Everything happened in his way.
I know this game.
Here comes the turn.
Every hand a nightmare for the Unabomber here, and it continues. A 6 on the turn. And right now, the Unabomber has to catch an ace, or he's going to be the runner-up in this tournament.
Oh, the swing here, incredible. Humberto chatting it up. He's one card away from the title.
Humberto's got to dodge an ace. Can he do it? If he does, he is our champion. Wow! Beth, look! Can you believe this? Oh my golly! Can you believe he spiked this ace? The crowd is going crazy. Oh my golly! There it is, Bomber. They're cheering for the Bomber, man.
Absolute elation for the Unabomber. He has just pulled off a miracle last card.
Folks, that is amazing. Even Humberto smiles. Look at that. What can you do?
Oh, Humberto, such a great sport, smiling.
Well, he knows he was one card away from capturing this championship, and now the Unabomber has retaken the lead in this tournament.
And he goes back to his push-ups here. Beautiful. I tell you one thing, if he doesn't win the title, at least he'll walk away from here very buffed.
Yes, he will. Well, I'll tell you, if that doesn't energize you, catching an ace at the river to stay alive, I don't know what will, Vince. He is back in action. He's back to his shadow boxing. Wow.
Incredible.
Well, Vince, the crowd is stunned. The Unabomber caught that ace on the river to stay alive in this tournament.
That is one of the ugliest river cards I've ever seen. Humberto stinging from that. But with his agony, you got Unabomber's absolute delight. But I'll tell you one thing, Humberto is still alive here. He's got $775,000 compared to Phil Lock's $1.2 million. So all he has to do is regain his composure. Let's see if he can
count
do
it up. Who's winning?
Well, action's on Humberto.
No, count it.
Well, he looks down at a Jack Deuce offsuit.
Oh, to be one card away from the championship, and now you got to look down and you see this mess.
Berto has first action on the button.
Well, what's he thinking about doing here, Vince?
I like the action.
He likes the action, Vince. He's going all in here.
He's going to make a big ball raise here. Well, tremendous.
The Unabomber puts his glasses on, hoping to find a hand here, and he does, Vince. Look what he's found.
He's got big slick.
All right, come on.
Ace King of clubs. He stands up on the chair. He's loving this.
Oh, he's called it down. What a time to get that type of hand.
Well, Vince, if the Ace King of clubs holds up, Phil Lock, a.k.a. the Unabomber, will be our champion.
Well, he can't believe it himself. He's got big slick at the right time, seemingly, but we do have 5 cards to come.
Ace King.
Well, anything can happen. We saw that the last hand.
Suited, clubs.
Oh.
Ace King. Hey.
He's telling anyone that'll listen what exactly he has.
Well, right now, he is in good shape to capture this title. Can he hold off Humberto? That's the question. So he's got to win one pot to be our champion. He is a big favorite here. Will his hand hold up?
Humberto wanting the deuce.
Deuce.
Well, I don't blame him.
Deuce.
He didn't get it so far, though. Come Queen 9-4.
That does not help Humberto. Big slick is in front. The Ace King. That's the Unabomber.
Well, the Unabomber knows how close he is to winning this tournament.
He's 2 cards away, Mike. Incredible. Here comes the turn card.
Deuce.
4.
And it is a 4.
He's going to have to catch a river card just like the Unabomber did the last hand. He needs a jack or a deuce to stay alive. Otherwise, it's over, Vince.
1 card away from a championship. Can he do it? Here's the river.
Let's see the last card.
Phil Lock almost attached to the dealer. Last card, the river card, the cash card. What's it going to be?
King! Oh,
he did it!
What a stunning turnaround these last 2 deals. There it is. Look at him.
He has swung around and won this title. Phil Lock, the Unabomber, is our WPT Invitational champion. There you go, going into his Kung Fu routine.
Kung Fu, how do you do?
And what a great sport Humberto Brenes is. Phil Lock's going to take home $100,000. Be crowned a champion.
Well, Humberto doing a little speeding on that last hand. I think you could bet about $200,000 there and then throw it away if your opponent raises. But he opted to move all in. His opponent picked up a hand. It held up. And Phil Lock is our champion.
What an effort by Phil Lock.
What a show we've seen here today, Vance. Sensational hands, great outdraws, exciting action on the World Poker Tour tonight.
He has been called.
Ocho! King! Oh my lord!
And now Now let's talk to our champion, Phil Locke, a.k.a. the Unabomber. What a tremendous performance. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling like I just surfed the wall and everything worked. I don't know how that ace came. This is crazy. I don't know. I don't know why. I'm feeling a little surreal.
Well, one thing I'll guarantee you, you have created millions of more poker fans of the Unabomber after your performance here tonight. Congratulations on the job well done. Well, as a custom on the World Poker Tour, we're going to toast our winner with Anheuser World Select, the official beer of the World Poker Tour. Let's hear it for the guy who's created millions of new poker fans tonight, a.k.a. the Unabomber, Phil Locke, our champion of the 2004 World Poker Tour Invitational. I'm Mike Sexton for Vince Van Patten, Shauna Hyatt, and everyone at the World Poker Tour. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Until then, may all your cards be live and your pots be monsters.
Here we go, Mike.
Here, try some of this. Bang, bang.
Oh! Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
The real beauty of the World Poker Tour.
You play until you go broke.
All in. He says I'm all in.
Oh, you're right, Mike. Oh, you're right, Mike.
Whoa, he's all in. Can you believe this? Unbelievable, unbelievable. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wow. Oh! Gone. Out of here. Out of here. Out of here. Out of here. Bang. Gone.
You're right, Mike. That's got to spin. Absolutely.
She's all in. All in.
Oh, yeah, he's got to love that. Gotta love that.
Willie says you may have wrote the book and you may be the godfather, but here. Try some of this. Bang.
Oh! Oh, yeah, he's gotta love that. Show tunes going off in your head. Gotta love that.
Whoa! We look forward to seeing you next season on the World Poker Tour.
Oh, no, I wasn't ready. Oh.